But they have some time to think about it, so options are available. They might as well just run a Pangolier there. I believe they've a couple of times picked into the Shadow Fiend in later parts of the draft as well. So might not even see this mid Pango after all.
Radiant team ban.
But there's that CK that you mentioned.
Yep. So CK offlane, and now it's about picking their safe lane. So their safe lane usually is Troll still in the pool? No, Troll is first ban. Okay, that makes sense. So it's either gonna be a Jug, PL. I mean, if they so desired, they would have liked to pick the Wraith King. But in this
10
case,
seconds remaining.
unless of course they want to put like the CK safe lane, which
5
still works
seconds
out.
remaining.
But then what would you pick against the Doom? Unless you like decide to just deviate from your plan, you just go for like a Slark. Medusa. I don't think Medusa's the pick here. What else is good? Maybe that is it Venge? I don't think Venge. There's a lot of potential hero picks. Like maybe it still could be like a Pango offlane, CK safe, and then they could also still have the option of something which is against it's highly dependent on Magical's hero, right? So he
Yeah.
usually plays like Dusa, Quap, Lina.
NaVi, they have the last pick coming into this, so they can react to whatever they see on sort of Uvajenie. Would be too surprised to see just the OD show up here on one side or the other, or maybe even in the bans as like one of these mid heroes that is a bit of a go-to at times. Beyond that, yeah, Morphlings with bans, so I'm not going to see that.
I mean, the last time NaVi faced off against UVJ, UVJ lost 1-2. So this is the grudge match for them to face off against the winner of VP versus Empire, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it the loser of that series?
No, not quite. The winner of this one plays against the winner of Gambit versus Old But Gold.
Ah,
and
okay.
the winner of that plays against the loser of VP Empire.
Ah, okay.
And that'll be
So
another qualifying match then.
10 seconds remaining.
So still some ways to go. So Shadow Fiend being taken out, again one of the go-tos for Uvajenie here, remaining. At least according to the last couple of drafts. And I was gonna say something, but then I forgot about it.
I mean, the only reason I would see to have to ban out the SF is if you want to pick a hero, say like a DK. I wouldn't say Kunkka. I wouldn't say Kunkka. Kunkka's still in the pool. And Ember? I think Ember.
Is this a brood? Ember's always good. Yeah. My question is this a Broodmother game? NaVi?
Broodmother game. It could be. It honestly could be. But they have a Wyvern, so if you get this like the Splinter Shots, and of course with the Shadow Shaman, Ether Shock, you can clear
I mean for NaVi.
Oh, for NaVi. Okay, then.
Side, yeah. Because there's not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of super solid control. I mean, if Chaos Knight gets on top of her, can kind of drag it back into the stun. That could be very easily killed. But beyond that, getting to the point is going to be a bit harder, presumably, if you get yourself in the right position.
That's a reasonable ban. They ban Tinker.
Yeah.
So what do they want to pick here? DK? OD. Not sure how I feel about that, but I guess that is that hero which kind of takes them past if they get out of the mid game, the OD on paper should wreck. But now that they've taken the lone druid, all right, I guess I do favor the NaVi draft this one clearly.
Yeah, I would have to say as well. Lone druid, bit of an old school counter, quote unquote, to OD, just because you have two different units to last it with, right? So even if OD imprisons one of them, doesn't mean that you get as much free CS as you would want to otherwise. And Lone Druid these days, unless you can just kill him off a couple of times, slow him down as much as you possibly can, he's gonna get to a reasonably quick Radiance with or without a Midas going. So, and then eventually it's gonna be a solution towards for building so objectives. Like he can tear through towers very, very quickly indeed once he's got a bit of farm under his belt.
Wyvern is really good here, just because you can Winter's Curse like one of the supports, maybe like the Witch Doctor, and CK is just gonna wreck them, especially if he uses the Phantasm. And this could work on OD as well. You got pretty decent amount of control on the Shadow Shaman, but
Let's not forget about the Doom either. I mean, you
yeah,
still have
Doom
the
has
Doom on
to
OD.
negotiate with Pango.
Yeah. On Pango or OD or Chaos, not like any one of these cores that you find actually. It's going to be very valuable to take out for a number of different reasons. We'll see if they can actually execute though. Uvajenie, they do have a few tricks up their sleeve as well. I mean, Witch Doctor, pretty decent defensive support for the laning stage. Big number of Spirit. Nothing to ignore either.
Alright, so at this current moment, at least between NaVi and UVJ, NaVi the only game they actually lost to UVJ was when UVJ had Doom and Wyvern. But both heroes have been denied that. And this is some next level garage match going on. It's like we're gonna use the heroes you used to beat us, and we're gonna use them to beat you. Is it always like that in CIS?
I mean, there's only so many heroes, right? That are in the meta. There's
Uh,
only so many heroes that are in the meta, so and
Prepare for battle.
within the region, they all just look at each other and see, all right, they can use these heroes quite well, so maybe let's try that strat ourselves, or maybe it's just straight up block pick in some ways, but you could argue that when it comes to the Wyvern, Doom though seems to be quite popular regardless.
Alright, so there we go, and that's it.
Oh, that's a very interesting movement path here, and Palatimos. That'll fly down. Sneko should actually be fine for the time being. There's a roll connecting actually on Big Gnome, and can he make it back into the high ground? He cannot. Sneko still in a bit of trouble as a result.
30 seconds to battle.
Body blocks. Soneko, run!
Still running away
I'm just
from
watching
this.
all these here. Okay, so.
He can down himself to the tower. No.
Thanks and have fun.
Would have spread out the gold a little bit, and that's about it. But Cheshire Cat get himself that first blood. Always nice.
Pretty sure that was not ideal in any universe.
1 minute. Instant on board. What? Misclicked.
Wonder what's happening in the pauses. TeamSpeak lag.
Yes.
I still don't understand that. Still don't understand why you'd still use TeamSpeak, but hey. To each their own.
Discord. You know what's weird is that apparently Discord in Singapore can be a bit wonky sometimes. Like you would have thought that being in Singapore and next to the Singapore service, it's no lag. But you actually get a lot of unstable service, quite a lot. And we have to actually connect to like Taiwan, Hong Kong, Australia, and all the other countries, Japan. At some point, I was connected to Brazil.
That's a bit weird.
Is this Hades or Winter? I'm the discount Winter.
Discount Winter, alright.
But I'm not from Malaysia. I come from across the causeway. I'm from Singapore.
Yeah. Same island, but not the same country.
Same island, dragon. Ow! Why would you say that? Ow! And I'm kidding. I don't care. Right,
Isn't
so
it? Like Malaysia is like across multiple islands, isn't it? But Singapore's on the border there somewhere. I'm not crazy, right? That's not the same island, but close enough. Singapore's its own island.
Yeah, we're not even supposed to be on the global map because we're just that small. But out of courtesy, people are just like, okay, let's put you on the map for fun. It's like we're just a zit.
Wouldn't say that. Singapore's kind of a pretty big commercial hub, isn't it?
It is. It's funny. Esports is just starting to pick up.
Yeah.
C games hype.
Seems good. Alright, that was your geography lesson for the day. Hades the teacher, dragondrop the student, apparently.
Double range creep wave going into magical. He's gonna be last hitting under the tower.
It's gonna be fine. They're still pretty healthy.
They've actually
Never
put
mind.
the Pango against the Doom. And the last time we saw the Doom and the Shadow Shaman lane, and that was against Empire. NaVi crushed that game.
Good old days, am I right? It was just a few games ago. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, Cheshire Cat has to be a bit more defensive here, starting with Chu also clicking away at him. Doom should have a good time as a result. It does leave us with Crystallized down bottom up against the Palantimos Chaos Knight. Do you see any kill potential in any of these lanes, or should this just be a farm fest for either side?
I see kill potential mostly in the bottom lane. Top lane is very even at the moment. It's gonna be static for a while because of how much regen they have. Middle lane, I mean, OD, he has to try and keep the wave shoved out, but being lone druid things, you know, he's 6 and 7. Like I said, you know, bottom lanes, they bring the other support to the bot. They're gonna try.
Here,
So
roll connects. Black Archangel also made the rotation in. All of the stuns in the world. Seneko will be a casualty. Palantim is taking quite a bit of damage here, so body blocks will have to keep Crystallize away.
Alright, so easy clap and Black Arcs Angel. Yeah, so I mean, as predicted, this is the lane with the most kill potential. CK is not a farming hero. Maybe you get into the Midas and then
We're gonna try again, but didn't quite get in range with a stun. Even after using the Mango. Both of these supports hanging around now though, so that doesn't mean that Hope or the Cheshire Cat up top. It's even less safe. But as long as you can stay in XP range and get a few snipes here and there with a Thrush Bottle, you'll be absolutely fine as Winter Wyvern ends up dropping again. Same combo by the looks of it.
if anything at this point I would say it's about not dying in this lane. So Neko is dying, so that's not very good, especially since, you know, the enemy supports, they're getting decent chunks of gold. CK gets kill gold on top of somewhat average CS.
Yeah, Paco as well. I mean, if you, as you said, if you keep getting these kills in Chaos Knight, it'll go a long way to offsetting that. And all of this pressure, especially if you kill off the supports twice in a row, like you can't immediately TP back to help out your core, which means Crystallize has to play a lot more defensively too. He's not going to get nearly as much CS. We already see that in the differential. And well, mid lane's also not really going as well for Pikachu now as the levels start to grow. Magica 14 and 17. How do you have 17 denies like this? How is that even possible? I mean, there's 9 denies on Pikachu as well, so it's like more denying than last hitting going on in this lane, which...
Yeah, he's been getting a ton of the melee. It's hard to outlast it when you're last hitting against the bear and the hero.
Yeah.
So basically, look at that. You see, if you click on the levels, Magical is almost, he's gonna get level 5 after this creep wave. Hope is, Pikachu is not.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you know, Bignum, he's gonna cut the creep wave, trying to get the more EXP coming out. Okay, getting the big creep. Bridge Doctor. Trying to tilt Crystallize. Crystallize. I feel so bad for him every time he's on CK. He's just not able to have any impact. He's not getting any farm. He's 6 and 3. Oh, middle lane. Pikachu, Pikachu.
Very, very low indeed. Did have the Fairy Fire. Only Tango is flying out, no salve or anything. So I guess it's shrine time in any moment. Magical, trying to run him down. Helping Chu out a little bit. And these lanes looking very well for NaVi.
It's still pretty even out, I guess. Like, as long as the Lone Druid and the Doom get good lanes, they have the potential to just group up, push, take towers nice and fast.
Are they gonna have the ability to just buy enough space for the Ursa to kind of catch up, or is it enough for Crystallize to just get a few extra levels? And maybe catch up with Roach or something?
Radiant structures are
Worst case
fortified.
scenario, they give him a lane ward and then they have to ditch him. It's extremely hard to like get anything out from this lane. So best you leave him. But CK, you know, that's just that crit things. The level 2 crit. The KO strike is 100% lifesteal right now. I'm not saying, I mean 100% chance for the lifesteal.
Yeah. We kind of nerfed the early lifesteal, but right now it's back up to 55%, so Way too many health points to chew through at this point, certainly with this constant sustain coming in. Yeah, I mean, Winter Wild is not exactly the type of hero that you are really hoping for to try and fight in against that right now.
He's just here as that failsafe so that they can actually talk about, you know, like about surviving in the bottom lane without giving away too much. But that's not really been working out because look at CS wise, it's very obvious that he's just struggling. And they were trying for a bit of a rotation here into Pikachu. No vision, night vision. It's very scary.
Big Nim was also hanging around.
I think he messed up with the Savage Roar. What's happening there?
Not much. I mean, mostly still just farming, right? Denying range creeps, always nice.
Pretty sure Doom, he's just biding his time, trying to perhaps dive under the tower for Cheshire Cat. They have the creep wave coming in.
If Cheshire Cat shows you Chew, if Chew gets any sort of disables off, Cheshire Cat should just straight up die to the Doom.
As long as they manage to get on top of him before he gets level 6, he's very close.
Close enough. I don't think this creep wave will do it if they can chase him away from some of them. Lizzie posturing very aggressively as a result. Doing a lot of damage to his tower now, so that alone is very helpful. And there's no punishment happening from the side of UVJ, right? Normally what you see is when this much pressure is being put onto a tier 1 tower, you see the mirror image of that on the other side of the map, but Palantimo still completely happy to just hit creeps. Supports are kind of just sitting there and
now he's level 6
to make something happen. I don't even know.
Should be able to run. Hello, okay, maybe not. Nice.
Not if you Doom, not if you Hexed. And Shackled. Mass TP's coming up though as Bignum finds stun on Chew. Looks like they're gonna have to give him up there.
Ow,
right.
Wow, and they should be able to get the deny here included. Witch Doctor, don't mess this up, don't mess this up. Oh, the heals!
It's fine, the
okay, he out heals it. Down to 70 HP. Just Witch Doctor, thanks.
Well, good call for NaVi to just immediately back off on Blizzy at least. I mean, that was a massive commitment though. 3 TPs up into the top lane. All of a sudden, Crystallize finally gets some room to breathe and catch up.
Pretty sure I kind of jinxed that just a wee little bit, but oh well. Lizzie?
Couple of heroes around him now. He has to duck in towards the jungle. Pikachu waiting him already. There's another couple right clicks. He is tanky, but is he tanky enough? I don't think so. Banishment ought to be enough to finish him off. There it is. Cool guys don't look at explosions, so Pikachu just walks straight back towards mid. Now, oh, he's down onto the Hex. Shadow Shaman placed down a ward, but now he's gonna pay with his life for it.
Crit?
Eventually.
Ow. Alright, so CK. I mean, I understand there were people who doubted it. I don't blame them. So Cheshire Cat has the ultimate, could be looking to make a rotation mid onto Magical, who has kind of fallen behind since they did give the kill early on to the OD. He's even caught up with EXP and he has his jumps in about 5 gold.
If you look at Natus as well, Pikachu's certainly way ahead of the charts, but Magical just picked up his Midas. And still on a decent enough timing, so with that, if they leave him to his own devices, he will be able to get towards the Radiance at a pretty good time. And this is all that NaVi is playing for right now. I mean, as long as they're holding on to the map control, as long as they can keep farming, they feel confident that they can take these later game team fights.
Meanwhile, Witch Doctor and Squid, he does have to, you know, make them did complete his
Radiant are scanning.
Side flank coming in, there goes Chew.
Like play here, but there's some reinforcements in from Uvajenie as well. They need to immediately get the hell out. Cast bouncing back towards the Shadow Shaman. Cheshire Cat finds the roll, not quite actually, on the Chew until the bounce back. With the heals, kind of disabling him here. He does get a few extra spells up, but will be the first casualty. When all is said and done, but once again another 4-man rotation as a response to the attempt from NaVi to get something going.
And NaVi have yet to get a single kill on the feed for them, which is quite worrying. I mean, Doom is off cooldown now, so perhaps he can try for that kill here onto the Palantimos, but he is very tanky as the CK almost has the armlet up.
Do they need kills though? I mean, if you look at the net worth, it's less than 1,000 gold ahead right now instead of Uvajenie. In fact, a while ago, or just a few minutes ago, NaVi were the ones who were slightly ahead, despite everything. So I think they're still happy to play for time. Maybe even start looking for towers. Chu is not quite level 6 just yet, but they do have the power of the bear, which is on max level, which means you do have the demolisher to work with.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yep. So magical. This is all he needs to do. You know, he's got the radiance queued up. You know, try and take these towers. So they will try to fight with the OD who does have his drums. They have the magnetize,
Dire's
but
middle tower is
no
under
earn
attack.
charges.
That
Bear.
was a bit questionable. I mean, Chu placed down his observer ward to block the camp. Uvajenie, they must have seen it didn't spawn, yet they still smoke right on top of it. So it was like, eh. Maybe not thinking that one through. Either way, NaVi, do dodge that gank.
Dire
Yeah,
are
just
scanning.
back to the old standard, just keep farming. Crystallize. Not going for the drums, going straight for the basher by the looks of it. Oh no, never mind, he has it on the courier.
Radiant's middle tower
normal
is
Ursa
under
build.
attack.
Do you want to have a little prediction on when NaVi will get their first kill?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna say maybe another minute and a half.
I hate predictions. It's always
There's
wrong.
smoked up. You miss the shots. You never take. 100% miss rate.
If you're not shooting, then you're
okay.
not missing.
WD.
That's a common misconception
WD.
is blocking.
Alright, there we go.
Black
Yeah, I
Archangel,
was
there it
wrong.
is.
Okay, I'm down.
See, you would have said
What?
before 20 minutes and it would have been right. Crystallize being gone on the does have the ultimate to work with, but Cheshire Cat in good position to start bouncing. Does find a follow-up stun on Blizzy, but Crystallize actually healing him quite nicely here. There's Palantimos, another stun over. Only 1 second on Snakeo. But there's no more spells for this Wyvern, so looks like he will be going down in exchange. 1-for-1 trades, so far so good. Crystallize gets stunned up in the side. They do also lose the Doom, so NaVi. Okay, Crystallize gets another one for the road, but he will die eventually.
Hello. This is
What?
Dave Newell.
Big Num, why would you walk into the
Radiant's
Ursa?
bottom tower
You are
is under
fine. I think he misclicked.
At least he
Where did I go?
takes it with some
We've
humor.
been seeing this
Radiant's
We've been
bottom
seeing this
tower is
quite a
under
bit
attack.
today, where basically these players just walk into their death.
Yeah,
Like, path. They were, at some point, someone's probably yelling, pathing.
absolutely. Absolutely. You blame anything but yourself, you know. That's kind of the perfect
I'm-
position to blame
Ne-
having, but
Never wrong.
Radiant's
Tend
bottom
to,
tower is under attack.
but UVJ failed to claim any towers. NaVi have. They've taken 2 tier 1s, but they barely
Radiant's
had
middle
a network
tower is
advantage, which
under
means that
attack.
UVJ is actually ahead.
I think it's still magical. I don't think he was part of that fight, was he? I
Dire's
mean, he was
top
just
tower
quietly
is
farming
under
away,
attack.
keeping that
Radiant's
Midas
bottom tower
on
is under
cooldown.
attack.
He's closing in on that Radiance.
I mean, 3.2k net worth, what can you expect?
Smoke actually breaks
Yeah, he's-
outside the Roach, but they know that they're in here. Blizzy and Crystallize in a bit of trouble. Crystallize down, bursted before he can even get the ultimate off. The follow-up stuns onto the Doom.
NaVi?
Well, they were hoping that they
What?
could get away with this one, but the smoke... I think they weren't even smoking for Roche, they were just smoking
Dire's bottom tower
to
is
try and
under
find
attack.
magical inside the side jungle. But hey, I mean, if you're gonna find an opportunity to fight inside the Roche pit as a Pangolier in particular, you're gonna take it every single time. And it looked very easy indeed, so... Well... Again, Magical's still farming throughout all of this, but if he's the only one who is, then that's is less likely to win the game, of course.
In middle lane, we might be seeing a bit of exchange. They put the wards down. You see it there.
Sticko showing himself. Lizzie
They
goes
wanna
in with the
go.
Doom. Shags follow up. They really want to commit everything that can on the OD with a couple of right clicks into Shackles. They will secure the kill. The full 5-man commitment from NaVi. He's looking to try and get something more
Witch
off
Doctor.
this, but Archangel
Runs away in
is
Japanese.
fast enough. One
Oh, he
Japanese.
survives.
Radiant's
runs away in
top tower
Japanese.
is under
The hell?
attack.
Can't tell if that's racist or not, but
Dragon. It's a meme. It's a meme. Relax.
of course. Doesn't mean it can't be racist.
Regeneration.
I mean, strangely, in Southeast Asia, you know, we are actually
Dire's middle
extremely
tower is under
racist
attack.
towards each other. I don't even know why.
Blizzy being gone on. Should be fine actually, despite the Death Ward and everything committed. Death Ward and Magnetize actually. That's a lot of stuff for nothing really.
12 to 3. Let's see if UVJ can get the 3-2-2 meme coming up. I have high hopes.
I highly doubt it, honestly.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I think
attack.
Navi's still in a good spot. I mean,
Dire's structures are
sure, I mean they gave up
fortified.
this Roche and Crystallize kind of not really getting off the ground is
Teemos
problematic.
coming from behind.
Antimos jump on Blizzy.
Oh, that was
A couple of
beautiful.
rolls here. Looks like they're gonna find this Doom.
Killing spree.
Shoot the TP out. Fine. What's the trade though? I mean, this T1 tower in the bottom lane will go down.
Dire's
Tried for the
bottom
deny,
tower
didn't
is
really pay off. Magical. After this creep wave, he's gonna have that big radiance coming up.
Yeah, there it is.
Radiant's top tower is under
This is the
attack.
time when Navi will start to feel comfortable
Dire's
fighting,
bottom tower is under attack.
or fighting even more, fighting into this kind of initiation advantage perhaps even. UVJ brings to the table. They finally claimed the first tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's
attack.
Chu is actually hanging around here. Pikachu as well, hexed up. And the rest of the team's already on the way out. Chu might give up Sly forward here, but they do control up OD even more. Self-imprisonment just to delay the inevitable. And to also make sure that the rest of the team can survive.
He's actually going for a very early Shiva Scar. Not sure if that's the item, but I guess it's decent since they have a lot of melee cores. And Wyvern, we have yet to see that huge Winter's Curse, which we're looking forward to. They want to go straight into the Roche Pit. No lifesteal on
Radiant's
Ursa,
bottom
however.
tower is under attack.
I don't think this is a good idea, but they big them. You know, they might have an idea. I think they had a ward. I don't know. They did not. They might not know.
I think they do though. Group it up.
Oh? Spider senses thing.
See the bear now. And they see the Radiance too. Really decent amount of damage. I don't think they actually wanted to go in there. Even if they needed to, even if they could have. But again, Pangoli inside the pit is always nice, but Radiant Spare, 18.5 minutes into the game, how do you even deal with that? 3,000 health points. You can't chew through that very quickly. And even if you do, I mean, you're just gonna resummon it, right?
Yeah, it's. I guess you just have to wait for the late game. Trying to get that farm up, it's not that easy. Alright, so
Radiant are scanning.
I guess you have to play around the Phantasm no matter what. So on the bright side now, Palantimos, you know, he does have the level 12 Phantasm. So that's basically the biggest thing he has going on for him at the moment. He has to get bigger, he has to get to the heart. And obviously they're already taking over the enemy jungle. Radiant side, they need, I mean Dire side, UVJ,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
they're gonna get the
Radiant
tower, but top
structures are
tier 2
fortified.
Navi is gonna take it, and this means they have almost entire control of the Dire jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They have the bear, they have the Radiance, they have the Aegis, they even have a set of Serpent Wands
Dire's top tower
if they
has
want to
fallen.
fight, or maybe even if they want to keep pushing. Does anything stop them right now? In UVJ, they have to rotate back to respond to this. There's no way they can go for any sort of base trades.
But this is the power of the bear, isn't it? The bear can just siege from a safe distance, or at most he loses the bear. Savage Roar chases them back.
Still
Hit the
enough
bear.
damage being done. I think they should be able to bring him down, but Soneko with the Winter's Curse.
Oh,
Actually catching a few heroes.
Wait.
Banishment. Well, he'll be coming out. The Doom comes
nice.
in. Over on the Pangolier. NaVi with the baits.
Radiant's
The master baits, if you want. Two byways already forced out. Blizzy in front lines. He's tanking up. We mull back to Palantimos. Coming in. Ready with the ultimate. On towards Magical. The real hero. But he's pretty damn tanky himself. The bear helping out. The hammer being dropped. And kind of threatening NaVi a little bit. But no one is dead. The roots coming through on OD. As hope. Oh, Cheshire Cat finally gets the draw, but it doesn't last long enough. The TP out from Magical will mean that he will stay absolutely safe. Chu gets a solo kill on the OD as he was trying to track him down inside the trees. There's no way to get rid of the wards. They should be enough to... Oh, well, maybe not. Oh my god, what a play from Big
my
Man.
God.
What a play.
Monka at 60 HP.
And that push back from Bignum. That's what did the deal there. getting him out of range of these serpent wards. Oof.
He should not have survived that. But then again, if he had died there, that would have been a dieback if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly check.
No. I mean, there were 3 buybacks. There was Cheshire Cat, Bignum, and Black Archangel. So that was quite a costly fight for them to take. And again, who'd they kill? They didn't kill Lone Druid. Did they kill Doom? No idea at this point.
No, the Doom didn't get the kill. But basically, it was just really good stuff coming out from the CK Phantasm. And the best part is, he actually got the extra illusion, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't there a chance for an extra
not anymore, no, they changed that. So it's flat number 3.
Alright, it's flat number 3, okay, yeah. Alright, so anyways, bottom lane, it looks like they may be getting hit into a bit of an exchange. So Neko was trying for the board.
Pulls Soneko, Ward gets immediately taken out, so now that's a fight.
Don't push
Moving
it
to
down.
take, jumps down, Soneko is dead, Shu. Also kind of low in the back. Controlling up the Lone Druid, the bear still trying to do some work here with the roots, with Blizzy, Crystallize also working away Pikachu. He is dead, Dark Archangel, nothing left to throw in, and Bignum completely out of spells too. There's a Hex, there's a couple of extra right clicks. He's trying to go for a roll, but that one was being blocked. 3 for not much here. Cheshire Cat also down for the count. Now
this could be high gun.
This was the initiation advantage for Uvajenie. They get Soneko, who does buy back as well. But hey,
South the bear.
yeah. Why not?
No, this is high ground. There is no buyback.
And there's
Oh
Serpent
my God.
Wards. Oh.
The comeback.
What do you mean comeback? NaVi would never be behind. That's what I'm trying to tell you all the time.
They were behind for a while.
They were behind in kills, and that is all. They were never really behind in net worth.
Well, I guess you know what this means, Dragon. NaVi is
he's
back.
back, yay.
For the 1000th time, NaVi is back. Some people might argue
That
they never
meme,
left.
nah, that meme will never get old, no matter what people say.
I mean, NaVi is basically the Liverpool of Dota, which is they will keep on saying that they will be back, but I don't know. We're still waiting optimistically.
Well, England in general, they keep saying that football's coming home, right? Never really worked
Oh,
out.
that's true.
How many years is it now? I think they won 1966, right?
Yeah, that's a long time ago. Wait, wasn't that France? 1996? Or was that England?
66, I mean. 1966.
Oh, 66. Jeez, this is a long time.
Is
I
it
wasn't even born
96?
yet.
No, that was...
I don't think you were born yet.
No,
None of us were
no, no, no. My father was born there, but not me. Or like earlier, earlier than 66.
Alright, so 16-11, NaVi, after having securing themselves a nice lane of Rax advantage, should be able to start taking the shrines up. Magical has their Salquiras, almost complete. He can afford the chainmail, just needs the recipe.
So how do you deal with this bear now? I mean, we've seen Palantimos trying to find the real magical, but even that's proved to be quite difficult for him because you don't have this. No, or he didn't have this enormous amount of damage output. I mean, he's going for the heart now, which will amplify that up a little bit.
Like to have this.
I think you can't actually deal with the bear. You have to like kill the hero.
Yeah.
You can't even doom him. You have to like doom the Ursa, and everyone else has to go onto the Lone Druid.
Doing the Ursa would seem to be quite hard, seeing how they're on the same team.
Wait, what? Oh my god, I mean, focusing the Ursa.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what's... Sorry. I take this as the midnight thing.
Normally I'm the one who's making these kind of comments, so I'm happy that I can blame someone else for once.
I mean, like I said, guys, I am the discount Winter. I mean, that'd be insulting Winter, but...
Anyway, NaVi making an angle for the high ground play, but this is the backstab. One of the old classics in the playbook, and they realize that this is happening now. Blizzy being gone on, extra 1 second stun, but he's the real. The Winter's Curse on the real Pangolier, so he's not going to come back. The Doom over on the OD. Goodbye, good sir. Crystallize a couple right clicks, focusing on Bignum as he's not surviving for long. They're just going in one by one. They kind of ignore the CK. It doesn't have the damage to really make them worry about him. OD came right back, but Hope, he's gonna... keep saying Hope, but Pikachu is gonna die again. double kill for Magicals. Going to the next. Snako is low, but not low enough as the GG is being called. Last one standing will be brought down.
But less than 4 kills.
Magical.
Well,
More than
this
2
is
kills, but less than 4 kills to round out this game. Thanks, Gaben.
That's just NaVi, dude. NaVi is like, welcome to the jungle.
Yeah, they
Look
had a
at that.
strat, and they were allowed to use it. I mean, it comes back to all of these kills in the early game. Sure, it looks good if it's 0-7 or 2-10 or whatever the scorelines were. But they were never actually able to put any of the pressure on towards Magical to slow him down. Either directly or indirectly by taking down towers. Like, how many towers did they take in? Only the one up top, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Actually, no, they took
Oh,
2
bottom,
towers.
2 towers, yeah.
2 towers, yeah,
Either way.
2 towers. But Uvajenie, yeah, that's why I questioned the OD pick. I was like, if you remember, I was like, I can understand why they went for it, but I don't think it's ideal. And not to mention, I mean, NaVi, that last pick Lone Trade was brilliant because look at that. There's no way OD wins the lane. Like no matter what you pick here, even if you're UVJ, you can pick Quap, you can pick Elvina. The Lone Trade just destroys.
Yeah. Alright, and with that, NaVi in a good position here to maybe keep their hopes and dreams alive of making it to Paris. Still a few games left, including this series, but even after that, 2 more best of 3s against some other CIS classics here, you could imagine. Gambit or All But Gold will be the next matchup here. That game is also still going on right now, I do believe. But for us, for now, we're going to take a very short break, but we'll be back with game number 2 of NaVi versus Uvajenie. Stay tuned.